Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Awkward Goat. And today I'm going to go on a rant about a topic that I really feel deeply about. This video might be offensive to some people. All I'll say is just watch it till the end to understand my perspective. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think that people who call influencers cringe, chapri, and jobless are coming from a place of elitism, classism, and most importantly, privilege. Yes, I'm referring to content like this, and this. In my opinion, the actual problem is not that the content is cringe. Let me explain. The thing is, this job doesn't really require any academic qualifications. You don't have to be educated to be an influencer. Anyone can be an influencer. This is probably one of the very few jobs in the world where everybody gets a fair chance to grow and earn a lot of money. And by that, I mean people from all socioeconomic backgrounds and genders get a fair chance at becoming successful in this industry. You don't have to be beautiful or rich to gain followers. I'm sure you're going to be like, no, you do have to be beautiful and rich to gain followers, but I don't agree. There are way too many examples of people from a diverse range of backgrounds becoming extremely successful and popular in this industry for us to say that only rich and beautiful people become successful as influencers. Puneet Superstar and Darshan are good examples of this. They got famous not due to their appearance or privilege, but because they could simply draw attention from the audience on social media. And now brands like Duolingo and Blinkit sponsor them. You don't need to have any cool degrees or money or looks to become successful as an influencer. You simply need to have one skill, that is how to grab attention. This skill is not taught in school. It's just a skill that these people have naturally. This may sound strange, but in my opinion, actors in Bollywood are actually the same as influencers.
Influencer.
Actors are the OG influencers, if I may say so. They act, sure, but they also lip sync just like these cringe influencers. And more importantly, they influence, which is why big brands are willing to pay so much money to them. This is similar to influencers and their job, where brands give them money to make content. Movies are content at the end of the day. But as we know, it is practically impossible to become successful as an actor in Bollywood unless you have someone that you know in the industry, also known as nepotism. On the other hand, if you want to become an influencer, you don't really need nepotism. Sure, it does help if a famous influencer gives you a shout out on their story, but that doesn't really get you influence, which is what makes you successful. And you don't particularly always need a big shout out from a big influencer to become successful as an influencer. True success and influence only comes from you, not from nepotism, unlike Bollywood. For years, people have complained about how Bollywood is inaccessible to the general public. And it's true. Nepotism has been a part of Bollywood since the 1950s, and this has always been criticized by the public. And yet, Bollywood actors get more respect than influencers do. What's the difference between the two? That rhymes. The difference is that people in Bollywood come from rich, privileged backgrounds and influencers don't. They're just normal people living normal lives. They don't come from successful or privileged backgrounds. The issue is that the general public also doesn't understand how this works, how content creation is a real job. And that's because how it looks to them. What they think is that influencers are just sitting at home making random videos and earning somehow, and they're earning enough to buy big cars and humongous houses. This dream remains a dream for most people with 9 to 5 jobs. How can someone just sing, dance, and lip sync their way into earning so much money compared to someone who is actually working? They're not actually working. That's the thing. They think that influencers are not actually working, because their definition of actually working is just sitting in front of a desk from 9 to 5. But work is work if they're earning. If brands are willingly paying these influencers lakhs of rupees, who are you to say their work is not work? To be able to post consistently, even if it's from your house, even if the content is apparently trash, that's real work, and it's hard work. You know what? These people who call influencers cringe, jobless, chapri, they're unable to see people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds be successful. Maybe they're jealous, I don't know. Because what makes these influencers chapri and cringe? The fact that they're not your idea of glamorous and rich. When TikTok was banned in our country, a large number of people were happy. Not just for the political reasons, but because they got some sort of satisfaction or ego boost that the people who made seemingly cringe content no longer had any place to express their creative freedom. Not many people talk about all the influencers from lower socioeconomic backgrounds who literally lost their source of income because of this ban. Usually, when big MNCs lay off employees suddenly and they lose their source of income, everybody feels bad and complains. But for some reason, this wasn't seen as sad and barely anyone talked about it. Ironically, these are the same people who complain about Bollywood actors being nepo babies. Now that we actually have people who have become successful and rich with no privilege without being nepo babies, why are you hating on them? In the influencer industry, all you need to do is be able to draw attention and to stay relevant. Your background is not a barrier to you becoming successful. Even though I just said that that's all you need to do to be able to become successful in this industry, it's a skill that not everybody has. Being able to draw attention from strangers on the internet, being able to convince random people who don't even know you to watch you put makeup, to get ready. People go to expensive universities abroad just to be able to learn marketing. Influencers know it naturally. Marketing is simply grabbing attention, getting your viewers to be interested. I think that's a superpower. Something that we all should look up to because they're able to do that without any help. They have no production team, no stylist, no makeup artist, no one to write their scripts. Isn't that a huge accomplishment? They're able to do that with just a phone. It doesn't even need to be an iPhone. Isn't that a big deal? They're literally entrepreneurs and essentially a full production house. They do all of this on their own and their audience loves to watch them. Yes, I mean watch them sing, dance, lip sync, whatever you classify as cringe. It's also important to note that these creative jobs are usually out of the reach of people who come from very small towns or villages. Who are you to deprive these people of creative freedom? If they get to earn good money and literally change their life overnight, why are you judging? Is it because you think only the rich should have access to creative jobs? That creativity is only creativity if it is made by a rich person? This industry creates so much opportunity for them. Isn't it beautiful that someone from a big city with a lot of money can earn the same amount of money as someone from a small city or village? I would say that people who make this cringe content are actually open-minded to be able to be yourself even though people are going to make fun of you. How many of us can do that? To be able to get out of bed and motivate yourself to just start performing in front of your camera with no help? How many of us have the confidence to do that? Most people don't even have the confidence to face their relatives after they fat shame them. These influencers literally deal with so much hate and criticism and still continue to go back to their job. I believe that the true cringe people are the people who hate on these influencers. To hate on someone or something that is not actually causing any harm, that is cringe. Hating on random people on the internet for being successful just because your idea of hard work doesn't align with theirs, that is cringe. Who are you to judge anyone for their job? You're not above anyone, especially not above influencers you classify as cringe. I'm hoping I didn't offend that many people. Actually, no, I hope you are offended if you are the kind of person who calls these people cringe. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think.